Ishika ma'am and Vikram sir. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, Akansha, you are audible.
All right. Um, all right, then we'll start anyways. So, good evening. I'm Akanksha Jain from CSE Part 1 and I'll be hosting today's session. So, I would like to welcome Ishika ma'am, Sudeep sir and Vikram sir who are our panelists for today. Ishika ma'am, can we please have a brief introduction of yours for the audience? Ishika ma'am? Um, I think she cannot hear me or something. I don't know. So, Vikram sir, can we have your introduction?
Yeah, hi, sure. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, basically, I'm in my final year now, ceramic engineering. Uh, since this session is specifically about interns, I'll probably cover that here. Uh, I've done 3 internships in total. The first one at the end of my first year, I worked with an alumni that I found. It was very basic work related to analytics, data analytics. I didn't enjoy it, but it made me realize what I didn't want to do, like which aspect I didn't enjoy. After that, in my second year, I managed to get an intern at Deloitte. It was in consulting, but primarily tech consulting in an analytics kind of role. And this year, I've just completed my internship as an analyst at a startup called Udan.
Great, sir. I think we don't have Sudeep sir with us right now, so I'll just check on him 1 second, and then if he's not coming, then we can continue.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Ishika was having some network issues on her laptop, so she's just downloading it on her phone and joining.
Oh, all right, sir. Ishika ma'am, can you hear us now? Hear me now?
Hi, Akansha. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Please don't call me ma'am, first of all.
All right.
Just a second, yeah.
No problem.
Also, can we just have a raise of hands from everyone who's from the second year, just so that we can see like how many people are from the first year and sorry, now second year and third year.
Okay. So like people who are currently who are moving to second year, can they please raise their hands?
Cool, awesome.
Well, we do have a lot of second years.
Right. So based on that, we can curate it a little specific to campus also, Ashika.
Yeah. So, Vikram, how do we start, or do we have any structure? I missed the first part of the meet.
Yeah, all right. So like basically the session will be conducted in two sessions. Basically, firstly, I'll be asking some common questions which almost everybody has. And then we can move on to the doubt session where if anybody has some specific query, they can type it in the chat box. So
Sure.
ma'am, could we first have a brief introduction of yours for the audience?
All right. I'm Mr. Mittal. I have interned at OYO as an analyst, and I'm also the joint secretary of Business Club. So my area of interest primarily are product and consulting with a little bit of data analytics background. My internship with from the campus, but I've also done plenty of on-campus internships. Um, basically, at research institutes and product interns. So you can also ask me about that.
No, that's great, ma'am. Sorry, Didi. So I think we can begin. So like my first question would be, can you please firstly elaborate on the differences between the various analyst fields? Like since we have a lot of freshers here, so Ishika ma'am, would you like to begin?
You can call me Shika. Ma'am
I'm
is
so
like a little
sorry.
too much.
I'm
Alright.
really
So difference about analytics fields, there's not primary a lot of difference. I mean, when you go into analytics now, you can be in product, you can be in finance, you can be in strategy, and you can be in data as a whole. So it primarily depends on what kind of project you get or what kind of department you get, but the task in hand remains the same. When it comes to product, it's more, as you say, consumer facing. Maybe if it's a B2C product, it's a B2B product, then it's more business facing, but it has to cater more to, the people who will be using a product. When it comes to finance, it's all about, let's just say it's about, there are profiles like risk analyst, there are profile like portfolio analyst, this financial stuff in there. When it comes to strategy is like when you take a business solution, a business proposal, you analyze how well your business will perform on certain metrics. So that goes with business analyst, and data analytics is everything in general. Okay.
Vikram, so would you like to add anything?
Right, I think Ishika covered it pretty well. Just one addition is that don't get confused when you hear the term analyst, because a lot of corporates, their entry level roles are called analysts, but the work you do won't be of what you think, right? It won't be like a typical analytics role. So, yeah, the term varies, like Ishika said, based on these different industries, and can dive deeper into that later based on the questions.
All right. So like moving on to the interviews. So like what type of questions are asked in the test, or like what is the test pattern? So
Vikram, are you taking this?
Go ahead, Ishika. Bolo, bolo.
If we talk about campus tests now, there are questions around aptitude, then there are questions around SQL primarily in the tech section, and then there are questions around data analytics tools, a bit around pandas, Python, machine learning, and related fields. But mostly, if you're talking percentages, now it's 60%, 70% quantitative aptitude or logical reasoning and diagrammatic questions, etc. But it varies from companies to companies. There's no general norm to it, actually.
all
Right.
right.
So like in these analytics profiles, they expect you to have a general aptitude of problem solving, and that's all they really want, especially at an intern stage. From the technical aspect, if you know Python and SQL, it's a very big thing to be proficient at it. And but for some companies, like Ishika said, it's a minimum requirement. So it would be good to have that handy, especially if you're sitting in the intern season. वो तो कर ही लेना.
All right. So like for like how to study and what to study, like what are the recommended platforms and study material?
For quantitative aptitude, you can look into, let's say, PrepLeaf, or you can maybe go around time questionnaire. The primary stuff for internships, even if you don't, practice well, just, get into, मतलब it's not कि तुमसे question नहीं बनेगा, it's mostly कि तुम कितना जल्दी solve करते हो. And the questions are pretty easy, like JEE mains at max. And most of the questions are on probability, time distance, arithmetic stuff. So there's no specific, practice required, but if you have to practice, you can refer PrepLeaf maybe as an online platform, and a bit of Arun Sharma ke time wale questions on the slightly lower end of difficulties. उसके अलावा SQL के लिए you can go with HackerRank, and tech skills, they come in handy. I mean, just do a machine learning course or something, or data analysis course, and just develop a sense of acumen. It's not a lot about test.
Sir, would you like to add anything?
Right. Again, don't call me sir, please. Just call me by my name. You're making us feel too old by calling us ma'am and sir. But so I'll tell you. So like Ishika said, this is broadly how it is. I'll just tell you what I did. A lot of aspects.
So
Because
there's
only
a
less.
certain lag in your voice.
Okay, is it better now?
It's better.
Right. So I didn't really prepare very hard because I knew very few analytics companies would come. So what I did is there's this site called pariksha.com. वहाँ पे जाके I did a couple of tests to figure out where I stand. पता चला कि my weak topics were time and distance and probability. So then I just picked up around 10 questions of that every day from either, like Ishika said, Arun Sharma, or any other quantitative aptitude book that you can find. CAT se thoda level, like a little less than that in terms of preparation. Apart from that, I was struggling on learning SQL from HackerRank because I was finding it very boring. So there's this resource called W3 Schools, where they just have all the different syntax that's available, and you can use their unka ID sort of built in hota hai. I found that pretty convenient to learn. So that's an alternative to HackerRank as well.
All right. So like one question that almost everybody has. So how much does CPI matter? Like what is the bare minimum CPI one must have, or like what's the cutoff?
Yeah. Go ahead, Shika.
No, go ahead, sorry.
So your CPI really doesn't make a difference for most companies, as an analyst told. Goldman Sachs aati hai to hire analysts technically. I mean, namesake, but they hire for software developers. So they're the only company which, if you have above 8.5, then you get an extra point. You'll figure that out when you give their test. But apart from that, the companies that come to our campus, it doesn't make a big difference. Being above 7.5 if you're above 7.5, you're usually at the same level. If you're above 8 or 8.5, it's really good. But this will matter more when companies like American Express, if they end up coming, if you get a chance there, उनके लिए CPI important हो जाता है, and 8.5 is a very important criteria that you should try to meet.
All right. So Ishika, would you like to add anything to this?
No, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, CPI doesn't matter a lot. But it's good to have one, especially if you're looking forward to other roles outside campus, specifically MBA. Post-its is good to have a good CPI.
All right. So like what kind of skill set does a company look for in a candidate applying for such an intern? Like what should one focus on? What skills should one develop mainly?
Vikram,
Ishika, you taking?
okay.
Achha, so fine. Let's cover half of it. Let's take 2 halves. You can start off.
Yeah, this differs when you talk about campus and when you talk about on campus. So campus mein to you need to just specifically develop a good business acumen. They ask you case studies in an interview format. You need to have great communication skills. I think 75% of the job is done if you have good communication skills and good presentation skills. When it comes to interview, there are things like guesstimates, puzzles, and case studies, which are generally asked. For people who don't know what guesstimates is basically sort of when you are given such type of question, ki estimate XYZ in NYZ situation. So how do you get into that XYZ estimation as guesstimate? If somebody wants to look for samples, you can refer to FMS compendium on guesstimates. And case studies, basically you'll be given a business problem and you'll have to structurally narrow it down and solve it based on the objective of the case study. So that's it for campus internships.
Vikram, could you add something? Do you want to add something?
Right, I'll just add something small. So I look at it from a perspective of what does an analyst really have to do at this level, where ideally you have to drive business business decisions using data, right? And so if you look at it from an interview perspective, like Ishika said, you have to have that basic business acumen, right? Like all of us were asked case studies, and it really depends on you how you drive that case study, right? And that is where your business acumen and your communication skills become very important, because how you communicate something is much more important than what you actually know. That's what they're looking for in interviews, right? Like what Ishika covered. Second, I think something very important which I wasn't aware of and I became aware of after coming here is that Python and SQL are actually extremely important in an analyst role, especially for the companies that come on campus. This is the bare minimum because any work that you have to do with the data, तुम्हें खुद data निकालना पड़ेगा उनके database से. No one will help you with that. And for that, knowing SQL well is very important. And after that, to analyze that data using Excel or other tools are fine, but they do expect you to know Python. And your project will be based on that. So if you want to develop a real skill set towards being an analyst, these are the bare minimum.
Vikram, we lost you again.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying basically Python and SQL are important in terms of the perspective of doing the intern, and in terms of getting the intern, business acumen badao apna, or by like two things, that case studies, and second is guesstimates, estimating jaise what would be the revenue of a shop in Varanasi, things like that.
All right. So like, how much can participating in case studies or business events in college help for this profile?
My answer will be very biased here, so Vikram, just go ahead with this.
Even mine will be biased, but so for me, it was actually the driving point of my interview, right? क्योंकि मेरे साथ जो बैठे थे लोग for the company that I got into, they were all equally good, if not better than me. And I believe I could drive my interview only because I had won in a couple of case studies. Actually, Ishika and I have a lot of them in common, same team में थे. But my point being is that because of those case studies जो competitions किए थे, I had a very good talking point interviewer को बताने के लिए, which engaged him more than certain other candidates. So it would definitely be in your favor. That being said, it's not mandatory. A lot of study competition.
All right. Ishika, anything you would like to add?
Yeah, I just say it's a small thing. At the end of the day, it's how you engage the interviewer in a good conversation, how you display your problem solving skills, and how you sell yourself. So even if you keep campus internships aside, even if you go out, it's all about what you worked upon, what your key actionables were. So if you're able to sort of wrap it up in some sort of pattern, so that's an excellent thing to have.
All right. So like, how important is getting an internship from the placement point of view?
Okay, well, this is tricky. Placement point of view, so yeah, there are people who did not get a campus internship. It's hard to get a campus internship in analytics because बहुत कम companies आते हैं, बहुत कम opportunities हैं. Let's just say there's a person who did not land a analytics internship, either campus or on off campus. His or her chances of getting a campus placements are equally well. But if you have an internship, it's better. And I would recommend to have an internship because it's about working for me. It's not my goal to do an internship is not because I want to, enlighten my CV for placements. I don't see it that way. I see it in a different sense. Is that because internships add value to what you do? They make you learn. मतलब जब तक तुम अंदर नहीं घुसोगे, you would not know what is happening inside and what actually you're supposed to do. So an internship really helps there. And if you are concerned about placements there, placement to ho jayega. If not as great as something, but you'll always get a median thing there.
Vikram, anything else you would like to add?
Right. I completely agree with what Ishika said, right? And some of the students who got placed in the best analytics companies didn't really have any internships that really stood out. But more importantly, it's about figuring out what you don't want to do, right? I think an internship really helps you to get that clarity, to understand how the system really works. And secondly, think about it from the interviewer's perspective, right? If you're in college for 3 years before, 3.5 years before you sit for placements, उस टाइम में तुमने किया क्या? If you didn't do an internship, what were you doing during that summer or that winter or during the sem at home? Do you have anything else to compensate for it? So I think that will be important to ask yourself, especially because like it's going to get more competitive with a lot of your peers doing a lot of internships. So in that sense, figure out that company. Nahi kiya to that's fine, but what can you add?
All right. So one very important question which everybody has: how to make an impressive CV?
Okay, so I'll start with the first part of it, and then you can move. Vikram will cover it. देखो CV में ना, look for impact. If you're writing something, divide it into 3 segments: what you did, how you did it, and what was the impact of it. A lot of people just go on around blabbering about stuff, not making any sense. Yeah, nobody looks at adjectives. Everybody wants numbers. They just say, I created X using Y, and the impact or how much the growth metric rise by my solution was Z. So this is it. Never put anything, and never put these 3 things in more than 1 line. Nobody reads after that. Okay. If I'm putting my internships, I'm putting it in 3 points. Each point will describe what I did, how I did, and what was the impact. That's it. This is the crux of making an good CV. Apart from that, try to create a pattern. मतलब ऐसा ना हो कि you're looking like something who does not know what you want to do and XYZ direction में तुम भाग रहे हो. A lot depends on how you present it. You can make a small project look really nice. You can make a very good project look really terrible. So, Vikram, can you take ahead?
Sure. So, I mean, Ishika covered it brilliantly, right? That is exactly how you're supposed to structure a point. So I look at my CV in terms of like how you look at space, right? That each blank space on your CV really holds a lot of value. So like I follow the same structure that Ishika said, but with that I try to ensure that there is minimum white space on my CV, so that I don't have any half points or like 1.5 lines, because that means 2 things. I couldn't write what I wanted to in 1 line, and secondly, I don't understand the importance of that space that's on my CV. So I think it's very important to frame your points well. अगर खुद नहीं कर पा रहे हो, then send it to your friends, ask for their opinion, send it to your seniors. But like Ishika said, एक structure follow करो. It should portray what you want for that profile. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि software का एक project है, business का एक है, and the recruiter's like, this guy doesn't know where he wants to go. That's fine, but make sure the wording is curated for that role. तो ऐसे 2-3 CVs बना सकते हो तुम.
Also,
Alright.
I'm adding to this, do not, self yourself more than you know. मतलब ऐसे, just do not get desperate and write things you did not do on your CV. It doesn't help. You are better than you think, and if you look at massly, मतलब सबके CVs देखो कि they'll realize कि it's not people who did a lot of things, it's more important about what you did. इसलिए there's no sense in writing false projects or anything, and do not underestimate projects. If you do not land into internships, do a great project and put it in there. At the end, your interviewer will just look at your CV, pick one point, and discuss about it. Okay.
All right. So, like, what is the importance of spikes in resume talking from the point of view of analyst interviews?
I couldn't hear you.
What is the importance of spikes in resume talking from the point of view of analyst interviews?
When importance of spikes is not very. What can I say? I mean, it depends on how. When you talk about campus now, it's morely about how competitive your CV is with respect to others. So, do you know what spikes are?
Like, I have a basic idea, but not much. Like, if you could elaborate on that also, it would be helpful.
Okay, so spikes are basically something which tell spikes are something which make you sort of portray as the best person in that field. Now, getting a 9+ CPI is also counted as a spike. Winning an international competition is also counted as a spike. An internship in a reputed firm is also counted as a spike. Or maybe any certification like CFA, it's also counted as a spike. So spike is something with, let's say there's an industry, why? And in that industry, you're performing the best, then that's counted as a spike. Now, it should be recognizable on a larger base scale. It should not be like some classroom project. Okay. So this is basically spikes, sir. Vikram, would you like to add anything?
Hi, I think you covered well what spikes are. I'll tell you where the concept of spikes really comes into picture when you talk about very competitive companies, like let's say जो McKinsey, BCG, Bain है, or other big financial firms. They look for the most stellar candidates, right? And they want people who have killed it across different things. जैसे, are you a national level swimmer who's also maintained a CPI above 8.5 in an IIT while securing an internship at a good firm? Because they want to look at people who have been consistent in multiple things, right? So that is essentially the importance of a spike. Where does that play out in terms of our campus? To be blatantly honest, our campus doesn't have any opportunities of that. It's more dependent on clearing the test and having a decent enough CV to engage the interviewer.
All right. So like, how much does previous intern experience matter? And like, what should one do if she has no prior industrial experience?
Yeah, see, I think we covered that up in the question when if internships matter or not in placements. Same question can be applied to internships, and in the case you do not have an internship, go for a project or go for competitions. Let's just say Vikram and I participated in an international level competition. Okay. Now we have two options. Either we put it in our achievements or we put it as a project along with our achievement. So you can also go on that matter, go in that way, or you can just make another project. Okay.
Right. I mean, I agree with that. I think the resume is really internships in your resume are really a mind game, right? And the game here is you're trying to convince the interviewer that you're really someone who's experienced something or is skilled. But in the absence of that, like I said, ask yourself, कि उस time में किया क्या मैंने? Did I do anything else that helped me learn any particular skill set or something? If not, do something, however small, however whatever you can find, like a project, like think back and you shouldn't do anything in that time because it'll be harder for you to convince the interviewer. Apart from that, I think trying to convince the interviewer that you did something versus actually doing it is very different. तो मतलब तुम बढ़ा चढ़ा के लिख सकते हो and even a good project will do a great job on your resume. So if you can't get an intern, there's no reason to worry. You're not lower than anyone else in terms of a recruitment perspective.
All right. So like, how to apply for such internships externally, like off campus?
Okay, so for this,
Yeah.
there are like multiple ways. I'll cover a few, then Ishika can take over. I'll cover what I really tried, right? So first is obviously cold mailing people. This is particularly applicable for internships at universities under professors, right? And this is not only India, but you can apply it to business schools or other schools abroad as well. Cold mailing them, telling them that you're interested. There's a typical structure to that email, which you can find online or you can contact people for it. That would be the first way. It's tedious, but it's proved to be very effective for a lot of people. The second that I have found effective is LinkedIn. Again, it has a low conversion rate, but with the right people and the right framing of words, right? If you be clear and concise and why are you the best person for that, then you can really land a good role, right? Especially talking to either the alumni network that we have, or B, reaching out to industry professionals who you think are decent and if you want to work in that company or that domain. Ishika, you can take over.
Yeah, Vikram, I think you covered it nicely. I also take the second approach because when you talk about terms of connecting with people, the chances of getting a better project and better learning is very high as compared to cold mailing. It works, but if you're looking for a really stellar thing to do, if you're very interested, the second process works better. And apart from that, you can also look up for opportunities which are posted by people in your network. don't fall into the scam of groups which post ki XYZ company में internship opportunity open हो गई है and people comment interested on it. It doesn't work. There are certain people who are in the company who sometimes post कि they need XYZ profile में interns or people. ठीक है, so it's better that you contact them. Okay, do not post interested. Just go to their message box and pitch them why you want to do that and why would you be an ideal candidate. It's about a race. It's sort of a race if you look at it. The one who kind of pitches himself better in a faster manner wins it and gets the internship.
All right. So, like, could we have, an account of how your interviews went? Like, each of you, if you could just describe how your interviews exactly went, like, what were the questions and how did you respond to them and everything?
Sure. So I think I could start. Okay. So I had 2 rounds of interviews after a group discussion that had happened. Basically, the first round was to understand. They wanted to gauge whether I have a fundamental business acumen and an understanding. That started with them asking me about my experiences, asking me to talk about any projects that I've done. After which he asked me, because if the company Udaan is essentially a supply chain company, he asked me fundamental questions on how supply chain works. He asked me questions about how products are actually launched. And we went into a very deep discussion about product management in general, which was a little different, right? And I sort of tried to drive the interview towards what I knew. After that, he asked me a very complex business case, right? He tried to figure out. So the case was that a global vehicle manufacturer based into Japan wants whether they should take electrification of their model as their goal or come in normally, or whether they should explore other Southeast Asian countries. And I found this like a very initially kafi sort of dominating kind of case, because like he added a lot of nuances to it. And I don't think I did a very good job here, to be honest, because it was my first real proper interview us sense mein, and I wasn't very confident about my performance. But to be blatantly honest, where I really managed to change the interview was that he asked me whether I have any questions for him. And I had obviously, so I got the interview details a day in advance and I had stalked him, right? I spoke to him about his experience and I asked him a very challenging question about the company that I had prepared, right? And that went on for a discussion for about 20-25 minutes in general. And then he said, okay, tell me more about what you know about our business in general. And I think that really was a game changer for me. To cover the second round, they were really grilling me to understand. Firstly, CV pe bahut grill kiya. It was around 1 hour the round. Half an hour I was grilled on my CV, and for every question I answered, they said, "But why? But why didn't you do anything else?" And like they weren't satisfied with any answer, trying to grill further. Apart from that, they were really trying to understand my जो भी skills दिखे थे. So I had written bit on it. उसमें I was honest and I said that I have a limited understanding in SQL. मैंने इतना ही किया. And they appreciated the honesty, because you don't want to attempt a question and then be like, no, sorry, I don't know. So I think this largely gives an insight into how my interview was. And Ishika, you can take over.
Hello.
Just a second, I would like to interrupt. We have Sudeep sir also with us. So firstly, it's his birthday, so I would like to wish him happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
And also, so could we have a brief introduction before we continue?
Okay. Yeah, hello guys. This is Sudeep from Mechanical Part 4. And currently I'm working as a business analyst at OYO. And previously I was an ex-intern at Ethom Venture Partners, Singapore, as a strategic marketing manager. And I also have completed my intern at Cisco Incubator IIT BHU as a graphic designer. And now coming to our college activities, I'm now acting as the co-convener of eSummit 22. Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, Ishika, we can continue. Like, could you share your interview experience?
All right. So my interview experience was largely qualitatively similar to Vikram's experience. Same sort of flow was there, but my interview was a bit shorter. Actually, a lot shorter than his. So I'll just cover what they asked me, and how they grilled me was exactly similar to how Vikram's interview went. I was first of all asked to guesstimates around the hotel industry in itself. After which I was asked a complex business case, which was that my client is a product-based company and they were kind of looking to launch smart wearables. Like you have Apple Fit, okay? So these they were looking to launch a smart wearable, but the twist was that they wanted to launch it with cellular network integration. So it was basically a merger acquisition kind of case. So they wanted they had an option a telecom operator is looking to partner up with you under exclusivity conditions. So they wanted to know qualitatively whether it would be a nice idea or not. So this was a very long case actually. I haven't done a qualitative case before, so it was a bit hard for me. And later I found it on the internet also. So if anybody wants to look, you can just search it. I guess it's on YouTube. Apart from that, they grilled me a lot on my resume. They asked me about my share consulting project, which was on electric vehicles. And there were two business strategies proposed on it. So they were asking me if I were to find out any other business strategy, which would it be, and why did I not choose XYZ business strategies and choose these ones? And uske baad there was a bit very lighter sense of talks in terms of how my experience as BIS POR has been, and about an inter-IT experience I went in my second year. So that was largely it.
All right. Thank you so much. Sudeep, sir, could we have your interview experience? Like, how was your interview?
Yeah, like it was pretty long. Actually, I got the internship off campus. So like he called me first, like the HR called me first, and he told me to join the meeting immediately. Like in 10 minutes, you have the interview. It was a sudden call. So after joining, it was almost some 2 hours interview. And firstly, he started asking about like you belong to mechanical department, and why did you choose this business analyst profile? And the simple answer is like I have worked a lot in college regarding these marketing things and all, so I'm basically interested in that. Um, so he was asking like, why are you interested? Like he was literally pushing me towards like there is no option for me. That's why I joined. ऐसा answer expect कर रहे हो. So like that's not the answer you give actually. I told that I am well experienced in these marketing things and all. So I choose this sir, and I'm also good at data analysis, these technologies and all. ऐसा बोला था. And then he started asking me about the CV. I have almost some 25 to 30 PORs in my CV, and he started describe about every POR what you have done. Like coordinator, I know that IIT BHU coordinator में कुछ नहीं होता है. Like you are just a first year right there and you don't work anything. He told that, and he started don't say anything about coordinator. Like he was so strict that. Don't say some bullshit stories here. So be frank, whatever you have done. So he started that, and in POS there are many marketing things and all team management. And he asked me one question like, there are 3 members in a team, and you are one of them, and the 2 members are seniors than you, and they are trying to push you towards a decision, and you did not like it, and you know that obviously it's not right. Then how will you react? This is one of the question. Like इस पे almost some 10 to 15 minutes discussion हो गया, and finally he told that okay, I am satisfied, not the correct answer, but still satisfied. And the next thing he asked is like he gave an example. Like in Oyo there are many hotels having problems regarding the payments and all, but still we are again trying to bring them into Oyo again. How will you deal with the customer? यही पूछा था. And that was the question. Like you when you I suggest when you go to some interview, try to know the background of the company also, and the feedback of the company, both from the customers and what you say, customers and what we can say participants ऐसा कुछ बोल सकते हैं. Like in case of OYO, you have to take both the cases of like the customer and the hotels का background भी check करना है and reviews भी check करना है. उसके बाद you have to attend the interview. Please keep in mind, and that's all my interview. That's all. Like he was asking many cases like business things, all the things, like when you call to somebody they react very badly. Being an IIT student, you can't expect the reply from somebody. So how will you react? Will you revert back immediately, or will you complain to the HR, or else will you leave the intern? There are many options like that. You have to deal with this. And one more question is like, how did you handle these many things in your college? Like there are many PORs which you handled, and there are many team heads you handled, and instead of that you achieved something, like you have some achievements also in some competitions. Being the organizer, you participated in the competition also. How did you handle all this? Like time management कैसे होता है? Like ये सब बोला पूछा था. And he was also asking that you are already an intern at some other company, and suddenly, like immediately, if I say you to join in OYO, are you ready to leave that intern? He asked me the question, and my reply was like, I can manage both of them, sir. If not, I'll definitely drop that intern. I said that, like, it should be okay for the HR also, right? Yeah, that's all. These are the best things in my interview.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
So like Ishika just mentioned that communication skills are very important for acing such interviews. So like, how can one work upon his or her communication skills?
Yeah, the best part and best way to do it is get involved in clubs. Okay. Certain clubs like debating society and business club and share. I'm being very biased here, but that is all I have experience about actually. So these places are where you can find people with good communication skills. You can find opportunities to develop your communication skills. You can take some, you can go ahead with GDs, but this is not something I did. I did not actually struggle a lot with my communication skills, but this is generally what people do. Apart from that, you can participate in competitions which have presentation rounds really help you a lot. Okay, it's one thing to speak with your friends, and it's another thing to speak in front of a panel and answer them. So just be very blatant with yourself, okay, and try to form a structure in your mind while you speak. Just not go about speaking anything in circles. I follow the same thing, what I did, how I did, and what was the impact. Even when I speak, I try to do that, so one can keep that in mind. But Vikram would be the best person to ask about it, honestly.
I think Ishika covered it very well, right? So I just have one anecdote here that I try to tell people when they ask me this question, that good communication comprises of two aspects, right? The first is being articulate, which means that you should be able to say what you want to say, right? You shouldn't say the same thing 3 times and then try to figure out how to say it, which counts in practice. Like Ishika said, you do presentations or you go to clubs. It's very different from talking to your friends, right? And the second is developing a good structure, because when you develop a good structure, then you know exactly how you want to convince the person in front of you or how you want to talk to them. And these two aspects will come to you with time. It's a very gradual process. I think exploring clubs and different competitions is possibly the best way to achieve this, given that you're at home right now.
All right. Sudeep sir, would you like to add something?
Yeah, that's all. Practice makes man perfect. But like you have to, like when you go into some clubs also, try to be interactive. Like when you join some meeting, don't just listen to the meeting and sit. Try to interact with the people as much as you can. Like you can even start talking with your friends also. Like not like yeah, dude, ऐसा नहीं use करना है. Like try to be professional everywhere. Like wherever, like when you want to send some reminder or something, try to type a mail so that you will get the English. Like first learn to put some good messages. That's the starting step of the communication skill, literally. When you like when you are typing, you think for some time and you do that. Slowly, like you'll increase the speed. That speed will be will be importantly playing the role in communication also. Literally, like I learned like that only. Like in my first year, like I was a bit slow in communication and all. Slowly, like I'm basically from South India, and I used to use only English in my college. So from first year, I was communicating with other people and many delegates and some other marketing people also. Like when I go to some company for marketing and all, they speak in English. Like try to engage in such type of things. Yeah, that's all.
All right. Thank you so much. So, like, what would be some advice you'd like to give to the students who are appearing for their interns right now, like this year? So, Sudeep sir.
Yeah, one thing I can say is when you go to some interview, don't beat around the bush here. Like whatever you want to say, make it cut short. Like within 2 lines, you complete it. But like don't prolong the point so that like what you say, like according to the human psychology, after some time the brain will automatically turn off. They don't listen to you properly. If the interview goes long and long, they ignore you. They try to ignore you literally. Like if it happens with because of you, they'll ignore you. If it happens from the HR side, chill हो जाएगा मतलब that's what I want to say. Like and don't step on too many stones here. Literally, like some people like they'll be preparing for SDE, they'll preparing for core, they'll prepare for business analyst. Like try to select your profile now only. Like try to get fixed on a single profile and try to move on the same profile so that you will be more perfect. That will be an add-on for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Vikram,
Yeah.
anything?
Right. So I'll cover 3 points that have been like the best advice I've ever gotten related to interviews. The first one is the interviewer is there to select you, not reject you. Remember, they're all very busy professionals in their lives, taking out 40 minutes, 1 hour, whatever, to really talk to you. And they don't want to reject you. They want to select you so that their work is done faster. So remember that the interviewer really wants to select you, right? So if for a reason you don't get through that interview, it's because you did something which was like actively helped him to not select you, right? So don't be very nervous कि यार ये बंदा तो मुझे reject करने के लिए ही बैठा है. The second thing is be resilient, right? Interviews are always a lot about luck. The entire selection procedure, not only interviews, starting from tests, GDs to even the final interview. So if you get rejected at certain companies, don't get bogged down. There are a lot of opportunities. It's all full of luck. Something good will work out. And finally, that interview is your time. Yeah, how you utilize it is all up to you. How you, even if you're failing that interview, right? So I won't name the senior, but the experience is there on the portal of placements this year that badly because he didn't know one concept. And the interviewer said, okay, let's shut the meeting. And this guy was in sort of tears, and he said, listen, just give me one more chance. Ask me anything else. So this person had two options right here, right? He'd say, yes, okay, thank you, sorry for wasting your time. And he'd leave that meeting. But he decided to say that, no, like, give me another chance, ask me anything else, main bata dunga. So that whatever time you have in your interviews in your hands, how you drive it, how you create an impact is up to you. Ishika.
Yeah, so I think Vikram covered it beautifully. There's just one more thing I want to add here. When internships you'll start losing your clarity. You'll sort of start giving up to the pressure, peer pressure. Key people are doing this, people are doing that, and you start filling companies you really don't want to go, and profiles you really don't want to pursue. Don't do that. That really कुछ नहीं होता है. At the end of 1 year, after you do that internship, all you have is regret. So अगर तुम्हें लग रहा है ना कि ऑन कैंपस चांसेस थिन है, just sit for whatever you want to do. Don't sit for what you don't want to do. There's a whole world out there. Just try to stay focused on your goal and do not submit to what others are doing. Okay, so that's it from my side.
All right. Thank you so much. And like, any advice for the ones who are like coming in the second year right now or the third year IDD students? Like, if they want to start preparing for such profiles from scratch or anything, would you like to provide a roadmap or any generic advice you'd like to give? Ishika, maybe you can start.
Okay. Yeah, try to stay active. You only have 4 years. One, जिसमें से भी एक साल you'll worry about internship test and placement test. Apart from that, you have 3 years. Try to maximize your outputs. Okay. Do not think in terms of what others are doing. Think in terms of what you want to do and how you can do it best. Look outside your space. एक point of time के बाद saturation आ जाता है. You think कि यार ये कर लिया, ये कर लिया, ये कर लिया. Campus में तो लोग यही कर रहे हैं. And you stop doing things outside that. Don't let that happen with you. अभी तुम्हारे पास टाइम है. इसके बाद थर्ड ईयर का जब इंटर्नशिप प्रोसेस स्टार्ट होता है तो फर्स्ट हाफ में टाइम नहीं होता, सेकंड हाफ में टाइम होता है, फिर फोर्थ ईयर के फर्स्ट हाफ में फिर टाइम नहीं होता, फोर्थ ईयर का सेकंड हाफ मोस्टली चल करने में चला जाता है. ओके, सो दिस इज द टाइम वेयर यू नो ड्राइव योर कॉलेज. ठीक है यार, पीपल से कि they don't know what they want to do and it's okay. I'm not saying that I'm against it, but you have to try to know what you want to do. And if you want to do that, this is the best time. How you can do that? Engage with more and more people. Try to connect with someone new every week. That someone new does not necessarily have to be from your college. यार, do not get shy. मतलब you think कि people would not want to connect with you. Yeah, they are senior people. Why would they connect with you? ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. Just go ahead, go with it. If they want to connect with you, they'll reply and they'll guide you nicely. ठीक है, so try to connect with someone every weekend. Try to be active. Don't sit in your room. From my first day, my seniors have been telling me this कि room में मत बैठना, room में बैठ गए तो college बर्बाद है. So अभी तो since you are in online semester, so you need to actively look कि इसके लिए क्या करना है. So but do not same analogy applies here कि do not just don't do nothing. Okay, just always do something. And एक साल के बाद after you end your first year, you must have done something, so try to find a pattern in it and try to leverage it to do other things outside. So that's it. Vikram?
I think Ishika covered the essence of everything that a BHU fresher should really be told in terms of what they have to do. That's said it very awesomely. I'll tell you what I really believe. Right, I have a simple philosophy that professional. Figure out how you want to grow as a person. Dude, we all have different shortcomings. We all have hobbies. कुछ तो नया सीखो कॉलेज में. You shouldn't only say that I learned Python, SQL, and maybe 10 other technologies and 5 internships. But figure out how to personally really improve on yourself. Be it communication skills, be it your thinking ability, be it playing an instrument, anything of that sort. Apart from that, Ishika's covered it well. Being at home is the best leverage that you have. All opportunities have gone online, which means you have no restriction based on college timings, college classes, being in Varanasi and not having access to a lot of company offices there. So leverage that, right? अपने लिए एक plan बनाओ that like try to get that clarity, like Ishika said. What are your short-term goals and what are your long-term goals, and how do you get there, right? Don't try to follow the path that a senior followed that either three of us are talking about today. But अपना खुद का path बनाओ. It sounds generic, but it'll be important because it'll be tailored to what you really need.
Thanks so much. And Sudeep, sir, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, like I heard from many people, like from many juniors and freshers, I have heard that like online semester, मतलब अभी क्या ही कर सकते हैं यार, like online semester हो गया, we want the college to review. Literally, yeah, like don't think of that. You're wasting your time. Do something innovative in online semester only. कुछ तो करो. That's what I want to say. Like when you're in college, तो like उधर भी time waste होता है. Like for example, I'm from mechanical department, right? And our clerk will be always calling me for submit the income certificate, submit the grade sheet, submit something, and literally from your hostel, the distance will be 1.5 to 1 kilometer. Whole time is waste, right? So online पे सब कुछ like when you click on some button, बस हो गया काम. Like so ease of access actually. Everything is under your fingertips. So use that properly. Don't think of online semester first of all. Online semester is literally a gift for you guys. Like you can prepare everything online. Like everything became online, and you can even contact them everyone online. So before there used to be a fear that we shouldn't WhatsApp professors and all. अभी तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है ना, you can text him on WhatsApp directly because it's online semester. They accept it. So use the online semester. Don't try to blame that. Okay, that's what I want to say. Like try to be active. Okay, try to be active. मतलब like whatever you're interested. For example, I was firstly a graphic designer in the college. Literally, in almost all the clubs, I was the graphic designer, except in FMC. FMC have many designers, obviously. So remaining clubs, I have done designing in every club. So like my friends were like, yeah, how will it be useful for you in your career? Graphic design में तो placements नहीं आएगा. Definitely they'll be not allowed in our college as it is technical college, and I can proudly say that my first intern is as a graphic designer.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
and that too paid intern. That in our college only. So like situations change every time. So try to work hard. Never work. Your work will not go in vain. Definitely, you will get the success. It may be late, but success तो हो जाएगा, आ जाएगा. ठीक है, we live in that, and whatever work you do, firstly when you go into some we all three of us were saying that go into clubs, participate in clubs. Sometimes like थोड़ा boring काम होता है, but love the work what you do. Got it. Like firstly when I went to some marketing team of Kashi Yatra, they gave me some 100 calls per day, 150 calls per day to call. Like obviously all my friends were getting bored, like yeah, we have some mid semester exams, how can we call, like waste our time here. Like ये सब नहीं चलता है. Like कुछ any work, whatever work you get, just do it interestingly. Got it. Like those people who have worked in first and second year, right, obviously in third year they'll be in good position in all the clubs and councils. Definitely I can guarantee you. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, sir. So I think the questions, I'm done with the questions. We don't have the chat box here, I think. So like if anybody has any query, they can probably raise their hands and then the panelists can take their questions. So like Ritesh, Tatlani, like if you have any query, you can just unmute yourselves and ask.
No, my all queries were answered. Thank you.
All right. If anybody has any query, they can just unmute themselves and ask.
Yeah guys, meanwhile time management के लिए एक point बोलना है. Some people like take hectic schedules, like 4 hours we study something and we get 1 hour break and 4 hours again we'll study. Like ये सब नहीं चलता है. Like you'll become a mad person literally. Like it's my experience, my personal experience, but I don't know about others. My suggestion is like have a chill schedule. Like work for 2 hours, but let it be fruitful. Bus. And literally, I used to prepare for some 2 to 3 hours, bus. And I used to work for 2 hours again. So what I learned, I used to practice in my work. Try to like implement everything in your work. Like if you are learning some skill, try to implement that. Like do some project related to that. ऐसा कुछ. But don't give too much time to study only, and don't try to drop off all your what you say, entertainments and extracurricular activities. Let them be in your life, but try to don't completely utilize the time for extracurriculars. Like in the same way, don't use all your time to the study only. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Right. I just wanted to add one thing here. I mean, I agree with what he said. I have one addition here that I was in my first year, in my second year especially, I was a part of a lot of fests, right? And I had an absolutely terrible experience. Like, because in most of the times I was doing work that I knew I didn't enjoy, but I was in it because everyone was like, it's a POR and it's good. that, right? If you really team or if you really like what they're doing, go ahead with it. But draw your boundaries, right? Just because it's a POR, let me tell you that a lot of PORs don't matter, right? One good POR is better than 3 random PORs. So prioritize your time, right? Fests it's great to work if you're really enjoying it. But if you feel like you're doing a lot of work that you're not enjoying at all, it's very manual, and your time could be better spent elsewhere, then make sure you like prioritize that for the betterment of yourself and your mental peace and time. Ishika, if you have any views on this.
Yeah, I'll also 100% second Vikram here. My experience with PORs has been a mix of what has been. We have mostly stayed in the same clubs. See, never do work you don't think adds value to you. Okay, never do it. This applies for internships also. A lot of you in second year or third year will be doing unpaid internships later on, or doing internships in business development or sales and marketing when they were hired in the name of product managers or analytics. Don't do it, yaar. If it's not worth it, just take an exit. Not ऐसा मत करो कि 2 हफ्ते हो गए, you're thinking 2 हफ्ते और काम कर लेते हैं, certificate मिल जाएगा. That certificate is worth nothing. It's just there. It's wasted your time. You don't sell yourself short. Okay, you decide what your boundaries are. You decide how good you are. Okay, if you want kind of explore above and beyond your horizons, you'll just stay trapped in it. So if you're working in fest, if you're working in clubs, if you're working in councils, uh, do not do work you don't like. First of all, do not do work you cannot present, and do not do work that doesn't add value to you. If you're good at something, just leverage it.
Thank you so much. I have one request. Actually, we need to take a screenshot for the core teams. Like, could you just turn your cameras on for a while? The panelists, Vikram, Ishika, Sudeep sir. Thank you so much, Sudeep sir. If that's
Yeah,
not a problem.
yeah, just a minute, I'm setting it up.
All right. Meanwhile, if anybody has any queries, they can ask.
Yeah, so I had this one question, like what if my CV has higher weightage of technical skills like Python, big data analysis, machine learning, deep learning, etc. And if I have very less, or like to be frank, zero knowledge of business acumen, and like if it is required in any interview, then how much time will it take to develop these skills? And what if I want to get my interview evaluated on my technical skills? Yeah, this is my question.
All right, I'll take this question. All right, Arnav, देखो, if you are doing machine learning or deep learning, there must be an objective why you're doing it, okay? That is what you want to convey ahead. Okay, let's just say you're good at machine learning, you're good at tech. So how can you add value to the interviewer's company or profile? Let's just say एक X company say you're giving an interview, so you'll have to portray it in that way कि how your tech skills can benefit the business of X. ठीक है. Having said that, do not do anything without a key actionable. Key actionable is basically something you drive out of a project or any task. Apart from that, if you want to really develop your business acumen, see, this is no shortcut to it. It's not like a course key, you do it in a month and you learn it. It's a cumulative process. It requires a lot of reading. It requires a lot of discussion around with people. So I'll suggest some starting points, but I cannot, define the time limit for it. So you can start by reading books. You can, if you're not good at reading, you can start by reading newsletters. Few newsletters like FinShots, AGVC, Morning Brew, MOM by Sid from Marketing Moms, and there are. I'll just send a list to your account. You can like forward it around. This like 10-12 newsletters I follow and I try to read every day almost. So you can go ahead with that and just try to stay connected to the world if you really want to develop your business acumen. Try to follow what is going around and try to read between the lines that why it is going around. So Vikram.
Right, I mean, Ishika covered it completely, right? This is what you want to do. Just one thing to add here, if you don't have business acumen on your resume, right, does it like try to figure out whether you're really interested in working towards the business aspect of it, or whether you want to go into a more core ML sort of profile, yeah, a more tech profile, if that's what your inclination is towards. Like Ishika said, just because it's coming on campus, isliye mat karna. It's good to have a business acumen, but don't develop it only because you want that campus role. Because you'll be much better off with another off-campus internship in a profile that you're actually interested in.
All right. Sudeep sir, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, no.
All right. Any other queries?
A more generalized question to what Arnab said. How do you drive an interview in a certain direction the way you want it to? Any tips on that?
Ishika, you want to start? You can.
Okay, Rohil, so you know it well. See, when you want to talk about something in an interview, try to end your statement with that section. Let's just say कि I want to talk about a certain business strategy. So at the end of it, the interview is more likely to pick it up in terms of being at the last sentence or being at the key actionable. So talk about it. And do not dodge questions, as in, I know that we want to drive the interview in our segments, but do not try to dodge questions for that. Let's just say कि, the interviewer is asking me something I have not zero clue about. Then either take a good guess or just tell him that respectively you do not have a clue about, but you'd like to explore this ahead. It's not something you have shut down. Never reply in negation. Whenever you are giving an interview, you have to be very open to learning. Flexibility is what they look into, because frankly speaking, not skills you pick up on campus or not skills you explain or exhibit during campus interviews come in hand while you actually work. उन दोनों का कोई भी correlation नहीं है. There's nothing which is going to help you, but there's just one thing. I cannot actually put for a line on it. Let's just say कि yeah, don't talk about things you don't know about. Some people just go on around कि मेरे से पूछा कि do I know SQL, even if I don't know it, I'm just saying कि yes, I know it. Don't say that. There are certain people, I won't name them, but if you can go on the portal, they have written कि they were not good at it, so they simply said कि I'm not good at it, but I'm willing to learn. And let's just say you're stuck in a tricky question. कि you are in between of a discussion, you get stuck कि why this and why not this. So try to go with the first principle. So for people who do not know the first principle is basically how you start thinking. Try to go with what is happening, what is the objective, try to figure out why of it, and then move forward in a funnel manner. So this can help. So Vikram.
You covered it really beautifully, right? I think it paints the perfect picture. What I really try to do to drive my interviews is, most interviewers in analytics profiles will start the interview by telling you to describe yourself, right? And that is where you can drive the interview from the first point, based on what you mentioned. If you talk about yourself very generally, that okay, look, I'm from this branch, I'm from this year, I'm very interested in this field, and this is what I've done. That's a very normal, acceptable, but very sad way to introduce yourself, right? It's essentially the first 2 minutes of pitching yourself. So Rohil, what I would recommend is, there are some good things that everyone has done in college, whether it would be an internship, a project, a competition, or anything of that sort, right? Or like a leadership position which they were really passionate about. Talk about it and portray the sort of skills you learned there. That will be the first driving point of the interview, because then at the back of the interviewer's head, he knows that, okay, look, it's there in his subconscious. So it's more likely to come up. Apart from that, your answers to their questions, right? So whenever they ask you a question, for example, they're talking to you about your experience in, let's say, an internship you did. Like Ishika said, the way you end that is very important, and the content you cover. Now, you could have done a technical project, but for example, the ML projects that I have in my resume, I model them in this sense, right? That there was a business problem X, and I wanted to solve that business problem. I analyzed it and realized that to solve it, I built a machine learning tool Y. So basically, what I'm doing here is I'm convincing the interviewer to ask me questions more on the business aspect of my machine learning project. So I think this is something that has worked for me these would be my 2 cents.
Sudeep sir, anything?
Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much they explain.
All right. So like any other query?
Akansha,
I guess.
actually have somewhere to be, so we could close it right now.
I'm sorry.
I actually have somewhere to be, so I'd like to drop off.
All right, we'll just end it here. I don't think we have any more queries. So like I guess we'll just wrap it up. Thank you so much, Ishika, Vikram, Sudeep sir, for being here with us and giving us your valuable time. I hope the audience had a lot of takeaways from this event. And thank you so much. I would like to end the session.
Thanks, Akanksha. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks, Akansha. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.